La entrevista de hoy va a ser en inglés. Va a ser con Lilli. Estoy súper emocionada. Hi everyone, welcome to Chit Chat. My name is Jordana Mba and I'm your host for the day. I'm very excited because we have a multi-talented musician. She's a feminist, she's strong, she knows what she wants, and I'm so excited. Let's see. Yes, I can see you and you can hear me. Oh, let me go. I'm gonna go to my Instagram and see if I can see Lilli live, her account. Let's see. So she's live.
Join this stream and see what happens.
See, you know what?
Is everyone keeping safe?
Yes, you see, she's here. Everything is fine. Okay, let me do the other way around. Let me go chit chat and try to join her.
Instagram.
See you now.
Why don't I add Chit Chat to my live stream? That's a good idea. Told Jordana to try. And join this stream and see what happens. Hey, Alisa, hey. Finnish people, join in. You can see me and hear me. Amazing. Jordana's going to join me there. Hold on. Let's see if I know how to do this. Hello, everybody. Let's see that. Happens. Hopefully this works. Fingers crossed. Right. Hey.
Oh my God! Everyone can hear you now and see you.
Apparently it's good now.
Oh well. Welcome to your
Let's
chit
hope.
chat. Oh my God! I'm gonna try, please, because Nana, you there? Try to direct everyone to Lilli's account. You know.
I think it shows up like we both live. So to all our followers, it should just
Yeah.
show that we're live.
Yeah, I think it's the other way around. You know what? It's great because that happened to me 3 times now. I know.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The internet. I think the whole COVID-19 situation. Less people are working behind the whole tech.
Yes.
Instagram and all that. So.
Luckily, we're now live.
We're here. Woo,
Yes.
I'm excited. As I was saying, well, let me start again.
Okay.
Chichateros, Lilli Elina, put your hands together. Thank you so much. I was saying to you for accepting our request because I know you're super busy, and I know it's hard to find you because you're always working. Literally always working. So when you say yes, I was like, okay. We can do this. Lilli, please. Who's Lilli Elina? Tell us.
Well, I am, like I said before, in the previous live, if anyone was watching, basically, I'm a musician. I do a bit of everything. So in the band I work with the most, which is called Peña, I sing, I play the bass, I do percussion, and I do a lot of writing in that band. And I also play piano. I run alongside Angelica Rincon, my really close friend. I run the UK's only all-female salsa band, Guerrera.
Woo-hoo!
Yes, ladies. Show some love for the ladies. And I'm also in a band called Colectiva, which is also an all-female band. It's a bit more experimental, but it's also firmly like rooted in the Latin music. And I've recently been getting into some DJing. I'm doing that.
Okay, give me a second. I know, because I'm lucky to know you. But how everything starts? Like, let me rewind. You play the percussion. You play the piano. You write. You direct. You DJ. What type of child were you? Like, you were always with 100 like little Mozart. Everything started.
No. Well, I mean, piano was my first instrument. I grew up with it. I love it to this day. So I started, I mean, I don't remember a time when I didn't play the piano, but I started doing piano lessons when I was like 7, I think. And then from there, I played a bit of violin. I played drum kit, bass guitar. I did singing lessons. I really couldn't decide at all. And yeah, I still can't
So
decide.
is
That's
that
the
something
problem.
that, like it's in your mom plays or your dad? Is anyone in your family who plays? That's how you started, like how you discover an instrument, how a child discover an instrument. So many instruments, but the piano to start with.
Well, the piano, it was at my house, and my mom knows how to play. Not too much, but enough that she gave me that. So I'm just moving the camera a bit. She gave me that bug to want to learn. So I think my mom used to say that I'd make a really good pastor's wife, and I could hold the church choir because
Okay.
I would just play and sing all the time, and I just loved it. I don't know what it is. I don't remember a time when I didn't play, when I didn't sing, when I didn't want to be, doing music. So what type of a child was I? Probably a pain in the ass to my parents. Loud.
Oh my God. No, but like, okay, that was back home. But then when you moved to London, like
Hmm.
why you came? I mean, you came to study because of your
Yeah.
music. How everything started.
I came to London to study. I was at SOAS, um, and I started by doing development studies and music. And then second year I dropped development studies and just kept going with music. Um, and so at that time I knew I wanted to do music, but I didn't know if I could do it like professionally or not.
You
So
didn't. Sorry, that made me shocked. You didn't know. You've been playing for so many years. So you,
no.
how come? Like, I don't understand.
Well, I'm not sure. I just thought I wasn't maybe good enough, or maybe I don't know, I wouldn't have what it takes. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought maybe I wouldn't be able to.
And okay, and how everything started rolling, because now you moved to London and you drop, the subjects that you planning to do at the beginning, and you start following in love again with music. What can you tell me? Maybe the first time, I don't know if it was a class or a group, when you felt like, oh, I need to go back to my roots, to my music.
Well, it's a kind of silly story. Like, I was in my second year of university, and we had to pick an instrument to play. Like, we had to do an instrumental course.
Okay.
And there was a class called Cuban piano, and I thought, well, I'll play the piano. This is gonna be easy for me. I'm gonna do it. Get an easy, first, and carry on. And since the first lesson, I loved it. Like, I fell in love so deeply that I just never ever looked back. And
And going to, because okay, music in your DNA for sure. You start, like you kind of reconnect with the whole music industry and like the life and everything. But you go to Latin music
yeah,
because I know you speak Spanish perfectly, but I know you are not Latino. So what is this whole Latin music about?
I don't know. Like I said, I just fell in love. That's the best way I can put it. I mean, I always at my house there was always Latin music. Um, we'd always listen to it. And then when I started playing it, I just discovered this world that was gorgeous. I just fell in love, basically. It's the greatest love story of my life.
Oh, and what's what you love the most about Latin music? Because what's that kind of, you said the drums, what you say, the cueros, like is the, like the singers, the rhythm in general. What's your favorite thing about it?
It's got to be the rhythm. It's got to be the rhythm. And even when you play the piano, you playing the rhythm. Like I studied classical piano for a long time, no, sorry, not that long, 13 years.
Wow, not that long.
And I was going to say 17, but that's not true. 13. And like it's such a different way of playing the piano. It's like you're feeling it in your fingers when you're playing. That's why I love percussion as well. It's like it hurts your hands when you play. And it's great. It's a great feeling.
Oh,
It's very physical. I like
yes.
that.
Yeah, no, because I've seen. I mean, I had the honor to see you performing, and girl, you rock. I'm
Thank
telling you,
you.
you don't have anything to envy to any man. You know what I mean? You like you go there. You know, like pop. You know, I don't know. What's your favorite instrument? That one that you say okay, or you don't have any? It's like they're all your babies.
It depends on the day, you know, and it depends on what I want to do. If I want to connect, really emotionally connect, I'll go to the piano
Okay.
because that's the one. That's the one where I feel like I can really express myself like emotionally. But in terms of playing, the best time I ever had was with Peña. I kind of accidentally happened to become the singer of Peña, but I then discovered.
Tell us that story. Because I think so many things happen to you accidentally. Hello.
Well, it was we had a band called Peña, and I was playing keys and percussion, and that was great. And I was doing backing vocals.
Okay.
But then the singer, Angelica Lopez, decided that she wanted to focus on her solo project. And before then, we'd done one track, Magnus and I. Magnus is the guy, sort of the brains behind Peña. So we'd done one track before. So when Angelica needed to leave, I just kind of became the singer by default, basically. So
Okay, and that girl who used to doubt about her abilities, even when she was 7 years old, pianist, she goes ahead and she starts singing and being the main vocalist of that band.
yeah, I think I'm a little bit crazy, to be honest.
I think you go host. I think so. I'm telling you, like, good for you. Like, wow. And I want, because I want to know, because I know if I go out there
Hmm.
and I have a show to plan, and and I need Latin music, I know, and I want a percussionist, you're gonna be there. You are one of the main name dropping out there. Was it difficult for you as a Latino and you a woman? Was hard to put your name in that list? Because I know for a fact that you are one of the top musicians in UK in the Latino scene.
Well, thank you for saying that.
That's the truth.
I think, if I'm honest, yes, it's been hard.
Yeah.
Um, and but like in terms of, mm, mm, I've made really good friends with a lot of musicians, and I think like people are mostly really wonderful,
Okay.
and I feel like I've been supported. I don't feel like it is a weird thing. Sometimes people come to me after a gig and they start speaking Spanish to me, and then they ask, like, where are you from? You from Cuba? And I'm like, no, I'm from Finland.
Yeah, because you got sazon. Because you got it. You got it.
And then people are like, that's so weird. That's so weird. And I think, yeah, it's kind of weird, but it's not weird for me. And also musicians in general, like I think they've really accepted me and like taken me on. Obviously, I needed to learn Spanish, so
Okay.
that was a bit of a, well,
Was it
I didn't
difficult at
need
the
to, but
beginning? Was it difficult for you to learn Spanish?
well, I spoke French and Italian, so
Oh,
that helped a lot.
yeah.
So, that was really good. But yeah, it was a little bit like, it was just another thing. There's been quite a lot of things I've had to do, I feel.
Do you feel like was hard because being a woman was hard because you were not Latina? What was the biggest challenge, to be a woman or to being a non-Latino artist, or both of them?
To be honest, probably being a woman. Um, and I do think that there are like issues with representation, and I do get some comments that sometimes I find them quite funny, and I don't think they come from a bad place. But I think they kind of show that like people still have preconceptions about women, especially playing percussion.
Yeah.
I've been asked quite a few times if I'm gay because I play percussion,
What?
which I find really just weird.
Which is not a silly way, but that's not the case.
Yep. I mean, it's like the two don't need to be connected.
Yeah.
Or like I've been told stuff like, "Mommy, don't slap me with those hands," and it's just like you wouldn't say that to a guy.
Yeah.
And it's all done in kind of like it's not done in a bad way.
Yeah.
But
Something they
I
used to.
yeah, and I see that it's like with Guerrera and Colectiva, for example, like just the existence of the bands, just having these all-female bands in itself seems to rub some people the wrong way, you know?
Okay, how?
And so it's like just our existence seems to be like sort of triggering for some people, which I find it really interesting.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask you. Was that the reason why you started an all-female band?
Um,
To show,
it,
kind of like to show, it's not, I don't know how to put it. Wasn't my idea. Obviously, it's behind you. So I can tell you later what I think, and tell me please the reason why you started an all-female band.
well, I think so. There are two bands that I've been in since the very
Yes.
beginning, and I think both of them were started very deliberately as all-female bands, and partly it was to show that like representation matters, you know?
Yeah.
And it was, you don't get a lot of all in any genre, let alone in the Latin genre.
True.
And then it was also to like for us as women to explore being in an all-female space, because a lot of guys are often in all male spaces.
Yeah.
And so for us, like all of a sudden, kind of just being all women and writing music and interacting and like our little space to ourselves, that was actually a new experience for all of us, and it was different.
And tell me about that, because you told me the response, the male response, female response. Because sometimes we feel, oh, I'm doing this for my girls, I'm sure they're going to support me, and sometimes they are the most hard.
It's true, but mainly the vast majority of any have been so positive, so supportive, and it's like I do feel like we have our sisters behind us, and we're not trying to put ourselves on some kind of pedestal as like this is what women musicians should be or anything like this.
Yeah.
This is just friends starting bands with their other friends and deciding to almost like do this experiment with the all female thing. Obviously it's not just that. Obviously the music is the main thing. We want to play good music, we want to play well, we want to write great music. But I mean, we played just before we went into lockdown. Guerrera played in Jazz Cafe.
Oh yes,
and
congratulations for that.
Thank you. It was amazing, amazing night. And we got messages from people afterwards saying like, man, I had no idea that it would be so empowering to see so many women on stage playing and just going in.
And God, that's the whole thing. I don't know, because I think sometimes, as you said, unfortunately, society will say, all female band. Let's see if it's, I don't know, they're dancing or they are something doing girly. But no, you guys are top musicians. You guys don't play, you deliver, you know what you're doing, and your music is beautiful. So I love it because it's a great initiative to teach people a lesson as well. So in a way, yeah, we are female, but we are musicians and we are professionals. So I love that message. But talk to me as well about Colectiva. I want to know your the project that you have.
Yeah, so Colectiva is, what do we, I forget what the official, description of the band is, but we're eight, am I getting this right? 7 women.
Seven.
We are 7 women. It's an
Different-
all
it's not the
instrumental
same-
band.
It's the same. Like some of the musicians who play in Guerrera play also in Colectiva.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap. So we got Ali on bass playing in Guerrera and in Colectiva, Leah on drums in both bands, Viva on trombone, D on trumpet. So yeah, 4 out of 7 in Colectiva are also in Guerrera.
Okay.
So yeah, Colectiva is like, it started out as, the way I remember it, it almost started out as an experiment, really. And we wanted to like explore the spaces, how we could make music in an we shouldn't say all female. It's non-cis male space, I suppose.
Yeah.
And we went through a lot of growing and developing the sound and trying to write music that was somehow like us. I don't know how to say it. It's a lot of improvisation.
Like you guys, it had your
Yeah.
whole trademark and your DNA, something like that. And
Yeah.
sounds like you.
And we sort of like quite big on the idea of sisterhood, and it's a collective in many ways. Like we write collectively, we deal with like lots of issues collectively. Like somebody might edit, somebody else might write the charts for this song, or like there isn't a single leader in the band. It's all done in a very collective way.
That's beautiful.
And that's been really good. It's difficult because it's easier when you just have one person calling the shots.
Yeah. But I think it's a beautiful thing because at the end of the day, it's showing that it's not about just being females. I don't think it's a problem or it's difficult because you guys girls. It's because you're human beings and I can think about one thing and you can think of another thing, but we still can respect each other and deliver. That and I really like and the initiative and I've seen you and I heard and I listened to you, and as a musician that should have a good ear, I really really appreciate it, like really really do. But Lilli, once again, this has been amazing, but let me just check questions because I promise you, so many things, people are talking so much. I'm so excited.
I love it.
That finally we got this interview. Let me scroll for 1 second. First question.
Okay.
Did your parents always support you with your music?
Ooh, I don't want to put anyone on the spot here. No, joking. They have been really supportive. Yeah, they like I was playing so many different instruments, and they always supported me in all of it. When I told them I was dropping development studies at university, they just said, "Okay." I do think like my dad wanted me to be a lawyer, and I don't know what my mom wanted me to be, but I don't think either of them thought I'd be a musician. But they've handled it well.
They handled it well. Next question. That I want to know too. I know, but I lose count. How many instruments do you play, please? How many? I don't even know.
How many?
Give me one.
So I play piano, I play bass, I play percussion, different percussion instruments. That's it. I don't play any wind instruments at all.
Next question. Do you have what they call piano fingers?
I don't know what they are. These are my fingers.
That's so funny.
I don't think so. I think I have percussionist hands.
Mixed, right?
When I started playing congas, my hands went really wide and flat.
Here another question. what is your favorite Peña song?
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so from Superliminal album, which is the first album, I have to say, search it out, check it out. And also a band called Dengue 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 did an amazing remix of it. That's also worth checking out. And from the new album that's coming out, I think my favorite song is going to be a song called Camina. So keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully that's gonna come out soon. It's nearly done. We're nearly finished with the album.
Wow.
So
And what about your stuff? Where can we find you? Someone's looking for Lilli Elina. Where are your songs, your product? Where can we go see Guerrera or Colectiva? Please tell us.
so
Now,
it's
obviously, no, because we are in lockdown, but
yeah. So let's see what happens after lockdown. We got big plans for with all the projects for after and even during. We're trying to do a couple of little lockdown clips, hopefully. So you can find all the links on my Instagram, which if you're watching this, you should be able to find me. Colectiva, I think, is in Colectiva Music. Guerrera is at We Are Guerrera. And Peña is at Peña underscore superliminal. And the one you'll find most at the moment is Peña because you'll find us on Spotify and YouTube and like stuff like that. Colectiva also has stuff, and we've got some music coming out soon, which is gonna be super exciting. With Guerrera, it's still early days.
in baby steps. No,
Yeah.
but really, Lily, what to say to you? You're so amazing. How, guys, can you see why I was so excited for her to be here? She's so busy. You always working. You involved in so many projects, and you an amazing musician and an
Oh,
even better person.
thank you for saying that,
That's
Jordan. I really
amazing.
appreciate it. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed chatting with you.
Oh, me too. Thank you so much. And I'm sure everything, all your projects and all your plans are gonna go great. We wish you the best from Chitt,
Oh,
and definitely we're gonna put all your links and we're gonna follow you very closely. Really.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Guys, Lilli Elina, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, hello. Oh, my chitchateros. Woohoo. We are all here. Wow. It was an experience to be in somebody else's Instagram, right? That was Lilli Elina. I hope you enjoyed the interview. I'm so sorry, the connection. What can we do? And more interviews tomorrow and more chit chat. Today it's been a challenge, but we learning every day. Thank you guys. Bye bye.